Welcome back to another episode of Orca Camp Vancouver Island podcast. Today I would like to walk you through something I get asked all the time. What exactly do we do at Orca Camp? If you're considering joining us in 2026 or 2027, this episode will give you the full picture, not just the activities, but the experience. Now, because I would almost say this isn't just a tour, it's a 4-day and 3-night adventure in the heart of the northern resident orcas on the northern part of Vancouver Island. So when all other boaters and kayakers and whale watchers go home, you will grab a glass of wine or a cold beer, your dinner, and sit at the beach admiring the beauty of this magical rainforest of our northern resident killer whales. So let's start with kayaking because this is a big one. We kayak in the heart of the territory of the northern resident killer whales, the fish-eating orcas that call this coastline home. Now, safety and respect always comes first, and for those who have been following us know that that's a non-negotiable for us. And in Canada, we follow the strict 200-meter distance rule from whales. That is no way around it, I'd say. We do get sometimes questions if we can touch the orca, if we can swim with the orca, and if we can paddle with the orca. It's not like that. We are guests in their home, and we don't chase them or we don't pursue them. And here's the magical part. Sometimes the orcas choose to come closer to us, not just when we're kayaking, but also spending those days and nights at their shoreline. And when that happens, we stay still and we stay calm and we let them decide what's next. Now, no experience is necessary to join our tour, and also you don't need any experience in kayaking. We give a full instruction, safety briefings, and Jessie and Dan are always close by assessing conditions while on the water. The water here is cold and powerful, and we respect that. We choose our days when we go kayaking carefully. So remember, this is not a kayak expedition style tour, but kayaking is rather a part of it as an additional experience. And for 2026, possibly 2027, we are adding a brand new kayak fleet to our current one, which we are so excited about. We always liked to provide the best gear, guides, and food since we opened our business. Our camp is located directly in the heart of northern resident orcas, as mentioned many times before, and something we are incredibly proud of. We've worked very, very hard to keep it low impact, like no boardwalks, no permanent buildings, no extreme structures disturbing the environment, coming in with helicopters, dropping in lumber and such. But when it comes to quality of the tour, it's high. I would almost say very high. All tents are walk-in canvas tents. They're brand new for this season for 2026, and they're set up right at the water, so you're not hiding in the forest somewhere. Inside you will find comfortable cots, foam mattresses, pillows, extra blankets, a cozy sleeping bag, small heaters, chargers for your phone, and a small storage where you can leave your shoes and your jacket. You will fall asleep hearing the ocean, that's for sure. And sometimes even orcas swim past camp, which is a very unique experience. And in the afternoons or evenings, you might see cruise ships pass by in the distance, local boaters heading home, fishermen pulling in their net, and other kayakers gliding by. It's wild, but sure alive. And let's get away a little bit from the ocean and head over to the land. So our hikes are short but beautiful. This isn't a boot camp style tour. It's more like an immersion into nature. We do educational shoreline and forest hikes, and one of my favorites is the walk to a hidden waterfall where salmon runs upstream in late summer. We have added some new features to the nearby trails to enhance the experience. If you book a private custom tour, so just your family or your friend group, and everyone is in excellent condition. We can, a physical shape, I would say. We can absolutely add more strenuous hikes, but generally our goal is connection, learning, and slowing down. Now, let's get to the big one, shore-based salmon fishing. Fishing is optional like all our activities, but catching a salmon from shore, that's a thrill. The first time I caught a salmon a couple years ago from shore, I talked about it for weeks. No one wanted to hear about it, but there's just something incredibly grounding about standing on, such a remote beach, and you got your rod in your hand, hoping for that tug. And if you do catch one, our guides clean and prepare it freshly for dinner. Sharing that meal with other guests is one of those, unforgettable moments, and it's delicious. Now, let's talk about our full day boat excursions. So a few years ago, Jessie added a full day boat tour to enhance the experience in the area. So we use a small zodiac, and that's intentional. Not your, typical whale watching boat created for dozens and dozens of people. This is a small vessel. It allows us to access places big boats simply can't go. We explore remote beaches. We stop for lunch on a remote shoreline. We often pass through Blackfish Sound and possibly Telegraph Cove. We will have to see if we can add that back to our trip itinerary after the fire in Telegraph Cove, but Blackfish Sound for sure in that area. And being in one of the small vessels adds a whole different layer of adventure. You are close to the water, you feel the elements, which reminds me, dress warm when you go on the boat tour. I know you might be thinking, oh, it's July and August, I will be fine. Trust me, it's cold on the boat tour. And each client will get a little surprise with a toque, scarf, and gloves, just in case you forget. And while we already have a high chance of seeing whales from camp itself, heading out on the kayak or in our mini motorized Zodiac, it just increases the opportunities to explore, more wildlife and coastline. But again, dress warm. This is the North Island. It's not tropical, it's raw and beautiful. And then after a full day of adventure, we invite you to slow down. We have like a all-natural beach spa, includes a sauna with essential oils, a hot tub, a hot beach shower overlooking the ocean. There's something surreal about sitting in the sauna while watching the water where whales possibly could swim by. And you can obviously cool off in the water after the sauna if you're brave enough. As I mentioned earlier, the water is cold. It's like a cold plunge. In the evening, we gather around a propane fire pit. Most summers there is a fire ban, which means we can't have a proper campfire, but propane fire pits are allowed. So grab your glass of wine or your cold beer or your cup of tea and enjoy. Locally sourced meals will be prepared, or fresh seafood, garden produce, and you're warm, you're fed, you're tired, in the best possible way. From kayaking in Orca territory to beach camping under the stars, to hiking coastal rainforests, to fishing from shore, to exploring by Zodiac, to ending your days in a beach sauna, all in 4 days and 3 nights. Guided by Jessie and Dan with over 25 years of experience through one of the most wild, alive ecosystems left on Earth. This isn't luxury in the traditional sense. It's something deeper. I would almost like to say it's nature, and it's the presence, and it's conscious, and it's connection. And we are so excited for you to join us in 2026 and 2027. And if you've been thinking about joining us, maybe this video is your sign. Well, thanks again, everyone, for being here. I hope this gives you a little bit of an overview what is included on activities. Reach out if you do have any questions. We definitely look forward to seeing you. Thanks for watching.